The theme of the Republican National Convention this week was the only way that your family is going to be safe from the mobs of violent minorities is to vote for Donald Trump. Because somehow the guy who passed the 94 crime bill and was openly called for more police funding despite 3 months of Black Lives Matter protests and as the top cop is the top of his ticket would somehow also allow mobs of minorities. Okay, great. That's divorced from reality. But I want to give you an example here of some of the fear mongering the RNC is doing. Recently, the Trump campaign released this video, and I'm going to show you just a little bit part of it of two women that were talking about how, or the reason that they want to vote for Donald Trump, and it's to avoid, of course, Biden's America.
I've seen a lot of moderates, a lot of people now changing over because of everything that's been happening. This is a taste of Biden's America. I mean, the rioting, the crime, freedom is at stake now. And this is going to be the most important election of our lifetime.
All right, so I show you that little snippet, right? Because that entire video is like 4 minutes of them like filleting Trump. Not in a literal sense, but you get it. And so notice that last scene. Oh man, that looks horrible. Is that happening in Portland? Oh my God. What's going on here? Well, no, it's actually not Portland. It's not even Biden's America. It's not even America, really. So no, one of the fires was Brooklyn, one from Chicago, one from New York. But again, that last one, that's Spain. Specifically Barcelona during protests there. As first reported by Catalonian public broadcaster CCMA and independently verified by BuzzFeed News, one of the four images of protests was filmed in October 2019 in Barcelona, Spain, when protests broke out in the city after Spanish courts sentenced Catalan separatist activists to prison. The image used during the RNC video shows fires burning in the streets. One of those same streets can be seen as being in Barcelona by using Google Street View. Of course, you know why they use that? Because it's scary. It's actually more scary than the reality that's going on here. So now, interestingly enough, and this is fun, BuzzFeed was able to find identical footage on Shutterstock. You know what Shutterstock is, right? It's basically stock images. Okay, in this case, the Barcelona footage used in the RNC segment is described as young rebel riot revolutionary anarchist. So somebody Googled that string of nonsense. And so let me show you, right? So there it is. Young rebel riot revolutionary anarchist stands on trash. You like I said, you see it right there. Okay, you see it. And you can buy it for a total in HD for only $79. That's wow, what a steal. What a steal. That's great. They're really bad at this. But then again, I don't think they have to be good because conservatives are just easily scared and they buy anything that they see on the internet. I mean, how many times has a Trump campaign been caught using footage, stock footage, and footage from other countries to be like, this is what Democrats are doing right now in America, except it's not in America. It's just ridiculous. And again, the irony here is that they keep saying that this is Joe Biden's America when really it's Donald Trump's America. I mean, the whole campaign pitch is basically, hey, look how bad it is now. Wait till Joe Biden gets in office. But here's the thing about that, right? The policies Biden has supported are tough on crime and as well as pro-drug war. He's still not in favor of legalizing marijuana. And so a lot of that has led us to our current situation with incarceration rates for African Americans that are extremely high. And, you know, as bad as the job Biden did, here comes Donald Trump, triples down on it. And that, again, Donald Trump didn't reschedule marijuana, right? Away from Schedule 1. He didn't do anything about any of that stuff. He didn't do anything about incarceration. No, he said more police, more military, more force. Let's send in the military. Let's clear people out with tear gas. And so let's just take what Biden did and do it, even more extreme. Okay. And so understand, like, we don't have a pro BLM presence in government, and we won't under Joe Biden either. Okay. So now maybe Biden would be willing to work on it, maybe a little bit. I don't know. I would hope so. We'll have to see. But but from Donald Trump, we only have one direction that we're going to go, and that's status quo, right? More protests, more police shootings, and more of of what we have right now. Okay, so in reality, a vote for Donald Trump is a guarantee of more protests, more riots, and maybe even worse. And also, by the way, as BuzzFeed notes, protests being portrayed as cities in chaos are a constant frame from Republicans and the Trump administration, despite those on the ground who are saying that it does not match the reality. While some protesters do vandalize property or set fires, people in Portland, for example, have said that it's basically been law enforcement that has come in and exacerbated conflict. In some instances, violent actions have also been attributed to white supremacists who are attempting to cause more violence. Again, you guys remember when we talked about Umbrella Man, who came in and started just systematically smashing windows for no reason. And there were protesters literally trying to stop him from doing so. And so they would ask him, are you a police plant? Are you somebody that's an agitator that's coming in? And they literally tried to fight him. And so that's what's going on here. Okay. And they also said the portrayal of protests as violent have also led to armed counter protesters taking to the streets, which results in numerous clashes. And so you get all this propaganda out there that brings out the white militias. Well, we saw what happened in Kenosha, where a 17-year-old with an illegally obtained firearm, right? Since he's not old enough to be able to use a firearm legally in both Illinois and in Wisconsin, and traveled illegally over state lines with it. And, his mother might also be complicit because she's the one who drove him and his rifle, for him to be in that position to then murder 2 Black Lives Matter protesters. And so not only that, but he fled the state. He also became a fugitive and got arrested for that. And so all of that, by the way, happened under Donald Trump. And so not only that, but you can also add in the fact that right-wing domestic terrorism, which ironically kills a lot of police officers, have happened a lot under Trump as well. And so the fact that they're going with, this is what Biden's America is going to look like. It's going to be riots everywhere. Well, kind of looks like Trump's America right now. So them saying vote for Trump, kind of dumb, kind of sad.